bad, as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States? Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
I know, but
it's not supposed to be. It is not supposed to be a cakewalk for anyone.
So are they misguided, the 50%? Are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people. And in fact, if you listen to Donald Trump, if you watch any of his rallies, he's the one who tends to demean and belittle and diminish the American people. He's the one who talks about an enemy within, an enemy within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
We asked that question to the former president today. Harris Faulkner had a town hall, and this is how he responded.
I heard about that. They were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. No, but think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
So,
Bret, I'm sorry, and with all due respect, that clip was not what he has been saying about the enemy within that he has repeated when he's speaking about the American people. That's not what you just showed.
I'm going to try to really stay calm. What she wants you to believe is that this notion of there being an enemy from within is something new. She wants you to believe that this enemy from within is some sort of brand new demonic, concept, and he would turn the U.S. military on Americans. It's so horrible, as if somehow, some way, it's not already enshrined in our documents. So I have to show you. This is what happens. Now, by the way, to let you know, this came from the U.S. State Senate. So I'm not making this stuff up. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same. To the same? You mean you have to have allegiance to protect the U.S. Constitution against foreign enemies? Oh, and domestic? You mean we have domestic enemies? Well, that's such a brand new concept. Democrats rely on people who don't know jack squat doodly. They rely on low information voters. When she took the oath of office, when she was in the Senate, she had to repeat that line, that I will protect and defend the U.S. Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic. She wants you to believe that this is some sort of brand new concept. It isn't. And for those of you who don't know, when he's talking about enemies from within, ask ask Congress, ask the Senate when the CIA was spying on them. Ask President Trump when they were spying on his campaign. Ask James Comey, former head of the FBI, when he was using a phony dossier to secure a FISA warrant to spy on his campaign. When he's talking about an enemy from within, yes, because we do have enemies from within. And you have to swear allegiance to it. To what? That you'll defend it from foreign and domestic enemies. This is nothing new. God. I think Bret did a great job. I'm not saying he did a horrible job. It's just that I wish he would have seized on that moment.
was asked
No,
about that
no,
specific...
no, that's not what you just showed. In all fairness and respect to
that was the question that we asked him.
You didn't show that, and here's the bottom line. He has repeated it many times, and you and I both know that. And you and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after people who are engaged in peaceful protest.
Where did he do that? Where did he say, I'm going to go after people that are peacefully protesting? Where? Where? During the Summer of Love in 2020, when Black Lives Matter were burning down cities, he didn't do anything. They just said, hey, man, maybe you should call the National Guard. Like there were senators, I believe it was Cotton, saying, hey, man, we need to call out the National Guard. These people are destroying cities. Nothing. He didn't do it. See, why didn't he seize on that? Again, I'm not disparaging Bret Baier. He did a great job. But this is not a democracy, Madam Vice President. It's not a democracy. It's a republic. And the reason they keep telling you that it's a democracy is because they don't want you to believe that they need you to believe that every single vote actually has the same weight. Well, it doesn't. You see, the reason that we have a republic, that's the reason we need the Electoral College. So if you just keep saying, we have a democracy, we have to protect democracy, we don't have one. There is no word, okay, that we have a democracy. I'm sorry, I have to say this because it's going to get lost. The reason I know that this is not a democracy, I learned when I was in the 2nd grade, when we would stand up and pledge our allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's enshrined in our allegiance. I understand. Again, I'm not disparaging him. He did a good job. I just wish he would have seized on some of these moments.
And in a democracy, the President of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for...
This coming from a person who is using the DOJ to go after Donald Trump. If you don't think that Joe Biden didn't know that Merrick Garland was weaponizing the FBI, they gave them off their authority to use deadly force when they raided Mar-a-Lago. You don't believe me? Look it up. God, this woman.
Doing it. And this is what is at stake, which is why you have someone like the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying what Mark Milley has said about Donald Trump being a threat to the United States of America.
This woman is always going to trot out Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney and Dick Cheney and all of these neocons and all of these warmongers. They're always going to trot them out. Like somehow, some way, Milley is just this sort of, strategy genius, which he isn't. I need to remind you, these are the very same people that were in charge with the Afghanistan withdrawal. So again, I want to make sure that you guys understand, I'm not disparaging Fox News or Bret Baier. I think he did a great job. I just think that there were moments that he could have seized on to really drive home her incompetence and the lies. Anyway, I have to calm down. All right, that's it for now. Hey, if you like this video, smash that like button and subscribe. And if you're following me on Rumble, please press that follow button. And until the next time, God bless.